Hey guys, welcome to my new channel. This is the Me Being Cheap Better Living channel. So for those of you who have followed me for a while on my Me Being Cheap channel, know that I started that channel to get out of debt and more specifically to pay off my mortgage. What you may not know is that I started that channel as an accountability for me so that I could get out of debt. I knew if I had to make those videos, I'd be more likely to post the progress and get out of debt. And I did. Several years ago I did. I paid off the mortgage. So I haven't been doing a whole lot with that channel recently, and I've been thinking about the different ways that I want to go. I've been doing a lot of gardening, homesteading type videos, which fits in somewhat with the Me Being Cheap. And then I've been doing a lot of fitness type stuff. Maybe that fits in, maybe it doesn't. So there's a couple different directions I want to go, and I thought I would take a stab at doing a better living channel. Now, I did not want to call this a fitness channel or a dieting channel because that does not appeal to everybody, and everybody's different, and everybody's got different goals, different needs, and that sort of thing. So I figured I would call it Better Living, and we're going to focus on a couple areas. And this isn't going to be me telling you how to do this, because you're going to have to figure out what works for you and what you might want to do, what you might want to accomplish. But what we are going to do is we're going to be accountable to each other, and we're going to talk about our progress, our setbacks, our failures, and cheer each other on the way. So physical health, that's the first category. I'm encouraging you to take ownership, and I am looking at my notes over here. Take ownership of your body. Do your own research as to what you want to do, and then have that conversation. If it's something you need to have a conversation with, have a conversation with your doctor about these things. So let's just say, I'm going to make something up. Let's say you need to get caught up on your preventative care. Let's say you're a female, maybe you're over the age of 50, you haven't had a mammogram, you haven't had pap smear, that sort of thing, and you haven't had any routine blood work in a long time. So maybe you just want to start there and get caught up on some of that stuff, and then see what you need to do to start taking better care of your physical self. The second one I'm going to say is diet. Now, I'm not suggesting that we all go on diets, but maybe there's some things that we could do to clean up our diet, like cut out some of the processed food, and for some of us that have some extra pounds, maybe cut back on some of the portions. Again, if you are contemplating a weight loss journey, or if you need to gain weight, a weight gain journey, you'll probably want to have that conversation with your physician to discuss some realistic goals. However, I will say that there's probably not a doctor out there that's going to tell you, please go eat more donuts and please go eat more potato chips. So when I talk about diet, I'm more talking about cleaning things up and maybe reducing the junk food and making some healthier choices. I'm not going to be doing a lot of the fad diets. I'm not going to be doing calorie counting, that sort of thing. It's more like just kind of improving upon what I want to eat. Now, if you want to do some of those diets, that's fine. That's fine. We're all different. You do you, I do me, but we are going to encourage each other along the way, and not one person has the right answer. Exercise. If you are needing to increase the amount of exercise, some of you may be, some of you may not need to. Again, this is a conversation you need to have with your doctor. If you have been somewhat sedentary and are trying to get more active, you need to have a discussion about what is realistic. Unless you are severely declined, for lack of a better word, probably most doctors are okay with walking. So that's a good place to start if you're not sure what to do. If you don't want to have that conversation with your doctor, walking's always a good place to start. So maybe instead of, driving to the post office, driving to the store, maybe you try to walk. So, intellectual health. We need to do something each day to strengthen our brain, strengthen our memory, and challenge us, I say try to learn something new every day. So whatever that might be for you, whatever it is, do it. Mental health, this could be something different for everybody. I think the statistics say 1 out of 4 Americans struggles with some sort of mental health condition. So, and you know, so maybe 75% aren't. Maybe 25% do have a struggle. But this could be working on things that improve that. For me, my biggest thing is stress. So I'm always looking for ways to reduce stress. Spiritual health, that is definitely different for every individual. And financial health, I threw that in there because that's always been my thing, you know, with the Me Being Cheap channel. So, and a lot of these, you will see, a lot of these, I've kind of made a list, they go hand in hand with each other. So, using me as an example, when I am stressed, that tends to make my diet go bad, and I eat like junk food and stuff. And then, that makes my physical health worse. So anyway, a lot of these are interrelated. So I encourage you, whatever area you want to focus on for better living, and it doesn't have to be, there's 7 of them I listed out, but you don't have to do all 7 of these. Maybe pick 1, maybe pick 2. If you want to be a real go-getter, pick all 7 of them. But we want to have what we call SMART goals, and I am a nurse out in the real world. I'm a nurse, and the S stands for specific, M is for measurable, A is for achievable, and relevant is R, and time frame is T. So these are SMART goals. So again, using myself for an example, my goal is to run a marathon, and not a marathon, a half marathon in October of 2022. So about 5 months away. That's my ultimate goal. I've broken them down into smaller goals. So, you know, first I need to be able to run a mile, then I need to be able to run a 3K, then a 5K, and so forth. And I've got some timelines along the way that I want to do that. But, so again, using that as an example, I've made it specific. So I could just say, I want to run. Well, that doesn't tell me anything. That doesn't tell me how far. It doesn't tell me by when. It doesn't, you know, it doesn't tell you a lot of things. So by saying I want to run a marathon or a half marathon by October of 2022, that does another things. It makes it specific. It's measurable, because you know, a marathon is a set, or a half marathon is a set distance. Boy, I keep saying marathon. Maybe I'll just one of these days do that too. It's achievable. So for some people that may not be achievable, but for me it's going to be a stretch. It's going to be a struggle, and every time I go out there and run, it is a struggle, but it is achievable, because I know people who have been in worse shape that have accomplished that. It's relevant to my lifestyle, and it's something I want to do. And it does contain a time frame, so by October. So you'll see me talking about progress along the way. I'm not going to actually film me running, because like I said, it is a real struggle. It is a real struggle, and I struggle just to haul myself around the streets of my town. I don't think I could do that and try and film it. So we'll talk about progress I've made and setbacks. And so about right now, I am to the point where I could do a 5K. I have been able to do that in the past. I'm back to where I can do a 5K now. The time is not that good, but I figure the more I keep practicing, the better the times will improve. And I've certainly got to add more distance. We're at the 1st of June right now, the first part of the month. We got June, July, August, September, and then I'm not sure the exact date of the marathon in October. So I have about 4.5 months. So again, please join me along the way of the Me Being Cheap Better Living channel, where we are going to set some goals that we want to accomplish in any of these 7 areas. So whether it's our physical health, diet, exercise, intellectual health, mental health, spiritual health, and financial health. I encourage you to think about what you want to accomplish and then set some SMART goals along the way. You'll have to think about those interventions that you'll need to do along the way in order to achieve those goals. And we'll get into that as we go through. Anyway, thank you for watching this introduction video to the Me Being Cheap Better Living channel, and I hope to see you along the way. Take care.